What's up, YouTube family? This is the chef coming from the Gundam kitchen again. It's gonna be a busy week with shipment this week. So, just got in the hot game Ruin Wars. Just came out. Fantasy Flight's doing the thing. So, they're killing it with X-Wing, Armada. After that, knocked GW off their spot with #1 with that X-Wing. So now they're gonna try to hop into the miniature war games with Ruin Wars. So we're gonna take a good close look at that and check out the new Armada I just got in. It's our first time with it, so I'm learning to play myself, and we'll soon be getting games going. But this stuff is beautiful. It's amazing how well they do these little miniatures. I don't know who's in there slaving, painting all these things, but this is nuts. Also got a bunch of cards. So we got dragon shields with the red back, the dragon shields with the blue, and we got some little sleeves for X-Wing and other miniature games too. So Armada is on the bigger scale than X-Wing. We're talking about like fleet level. So this is obviously a Star Destroyer. And here's the little minis for the X-Wings and the TIE Fighters. Look at that difference. These little things are scaled down to that size to battle up against Star Destroyer. So you know they don't do too much damage, but you can always get lucky. So Ruin Wars comes in a super chunky box for good reason, because there's a lot of stuff in here. So Fantasy Flight style, to give you learn to play, just like we've seen in X-Wing. Then after you do your learn to play, that's all you really need to get started with, learn to play. Then when you're ready to get down to the nitty gritty, you need to look up rules, you hit the rules reference. And then they give you a little background story. Ruin Wars has been around for a while. This is a new iteration of it. You get couple punch out pages. If you've played Armada or X-Wing, you'll be somewhat familiar with these. They work just slightly different, but very similar measurements. Your range meter, dials. So they've kind of made it very simplistic, unlike other miniature games where you need like tons of 200-page rule books and all these things of reference and charts and this and that. They've made it really simple where, I mean, this rule book is 30 pages, or that's the lore book, I'm sorry. Let's see. Rules reference book is only 23 pages, and your learn to play is only 21, and that also includes, how organized play and how your miniatures go together. So it's probably really only about 17 pages of directions. Now, you get a ton of miniatures. So, first of all, this thing's only $100. And you're getting, I think it's around 40 miniatures in here. Just bags of miniatures and bases. What's cool is that these guys go on these little trays when they make their units. So that you can just move the whole tray together. They don't move individually, they move on the tray together. So you don't have to move this, move that, and get all ridiculous with all that. Get some nice dice with a bunch of symbols. And then they're gracious enough to give you everything on cards. So there's even a card for what the dices mean. See, dice icons, actions, all this is already laid out for you. You can have this as reference right in front of you. How to set up your game table. The different troops. All their modifiers as their ranks get bigger. So really easy to use. Simple. You can bring this with you easily instead of carrying 10 books. And the miniatures, we're going to take a closer look at the miniatures, but they look really good. So let's do that. Let's cut over to the miniatures. Alright, so these guys did a real nice job with these miniatures. They're gray plastic. They go together super easy. They've been separated in sections so that they're easier to paint. And these have great detail. They have these nice little bases they go on. So you can already have, to build your terrain and stuff like that to put them on. Just do it up, a little grass color. There's already all the grass details in there. Really nice skulls in there too. And then you just pop this in there. These guys, he was 2 arms separate, and then all his body, and I believe his head was on there too. Yeah, his head was on there. This female warrior here, She was legs attached to the smaller base there, and then her arms and upper torso had to go on. This was 4 pieces. Looks great. This is one of the big monsters you go against. These 2 are actually your hero characters. Right now there's 2 races. They're planning to bring a 3rd and 4th race towards the end of the year, and there's tons of expansions coming in throughout the year. Here's another one of the big monsters. This is the good guy's monster. So this rocky creation. It's going to look amazing once dry brushed. And here's one of your horsemen. And just to show you, these things are like idiot proof. So you can see the shape in there. They're actually keyed. So all you have to do is make sure you have the right part that matches and put it right on in there. That's simple. You put a dab of glue, stuck in there forever. And that's all. For today, it's going to be a busy week with more shipments. Should have at least 2 or 3 more boxes of Gundams coming in this week and some more anime stuff. And of course, we still got another Chef's Thoughts for this week, so look out for that. And don't forget the airbrushing class. Might have a real nice surprise for you guys that are showing up to that one. All right, talk to you later. Peace.